Good morning, everyone. My name is Carla Morales. I'm the Vice President for the Arizona Technology Council, and I am excited to talk to you guys about the great benefits available to you all. Some of you might actually have heard this before, but it's good to hear it again so that you're familiarize yourself and have access to that information. I know I was at UACI yesterday and had the opportunity to speak to some of you, but I'm always happy to share that information and update you and answer any questions that you might have thought of since we last spoke. This is not my favorite slide of the presentation, so we're going to skip past this. You all already know me, so we're going to get past and really start talking about who we are and how this benefits you all. So as Anita mentioned, or you might have seen in the calendar invitation, the Arizona Technology Council is Arizona's premier trade association for science and technology companies. We put together an array of events, over 120 events throughout the year, educational forums and business conferences. We make an impact on the technology industry. We have been around for about 20 years. We were established in 2002 after the Arizona High Tech Industry Cluster merged with the Arizona Software and Industry Association. And then we had another merger in 2008 with the Arizona Optics Association. And then again in 2016, which brought in some of our committees that you'll hear about throughout the presentation. Our mission really is to promote, advocate, educate, and inform, and connect our members and their enterprises. We have a wide variety of services. I mentioned that we work off of 3 pillars, and those pillars all are encompassing of the services that we provide in public policy and events, member benefits, resources, and now we'll talk about the SciTech Institute as well. The SciTech Institute is a foundation component of the Arizona Technology Council. Our purpose really is catalyzing innovators to accelerate Arizona's global impact, and we do this by elevating your mind, embracing the diverse perspectives, shaping the future, and creating and giving you opportunities to form authentic relationships. We all share the same mission in creating an opportunity for Arizona to be seen as the tech hub of the nation. And I can't see that part of my screen, sorry. And we actually create positive change across the state of Arizona with our technology innovators. We have an extensive variety of publications and resources. And I will tell you ahead of time that all of these are available on our website. So if you have any questions or if you want to follow up on one of these, please be sure to visit our website. I will put it on the chat to make sure that you all have it. But within the publications and the resources that we have, we showcase our annual report, which will give you a pretty great picture of who we are, what we do, and how we do it, and the members that we support. And all of you have an input in creating this annual report and creating and allow us to create the annual report throughout the programming and the membership engagement. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. We also have our Tech Connect magazine, our TechCast podcast, and our Tech Focus podcast. The Tech Focus podcast, I always say that is my absolute favorite because it allows me to be able to highlight an individual, not so much the industry or the organization, but an individual within the tech sector. The tech-based contact database is an extensive database that tells you and gives you reports on a quarterly basis on how the tech sector is doing. So if you want to know what jobs are available, what are those salary ranges, who are the individuals that are focusing in the tech sector, whether it's in a particular sector like engineering or cybersecurity, the tech-based contact database will give you that information. We also have our public policy guide, our Vote Tech Smart guide, and our cyber career page and community calendar. The last 2 are a phenomenal resource that if you are interested in being engaged in the area of cybersecurity, whether you're a high school student or you want to find out about that opportunity for your kids, or you're actually already in the industry, but you want to know how to upscale and how to reconnect and pivot maybe the direction in the cyber industry, then that's a great page for you to visit and get some more information about that. In our community calendar, this is an opportunity that we give to our members if they have events coming up They share that information and we post that on the community calendar for everyone that has access to our website to be able to see. I mentioned earlier that during one of the mergers, we were able to create a committee. The Tech Council has several committees across the state. Here in Tucson, we have the Ambassador Committee and the Artificial Intelligence Committee, and we share the Arizona E-Mobility Energy Ecosystem Committee, but we also have cybersecurity, IoT, and smart cities, and law and tech, the Met Tech, and then our Optics Valley. I have to say that Optics Valley is probably one of the most active and engaged committees within the Tech Council. We currently have over 100 members in that committee, and they're creating and showcasing programming to highlight the work that is being done in optics and photonics in the state of Arizona. We are also very diversity, equity, and inclusion focused. So we have two committees that really put their efforts into that initiative. One is Women in the Workforce here in Tucson, which I might add, we have an event this afternoon at 3 o'clock for Women in the Workforce. I'll also put that in the chat as soon as I'm done talking. And then in Phoenix, we have our Tech Inclusion Forum, which is also focused on DEI, but they are much broader, where they talk about different issues within diversity, equity, and inclusion. While in Tucson, we're much more focused on women and tech, women in tech in the workforce. And then we also have our Public Policy Committee that meets twice a month that addresses any issues, obstacles, or initiatives that either support or not benefit the tech sector. We have meetings twice a week, and we meet with legislators continuously so that we are able to inform them about any issues or anything that the tech sector might be wanting them to make sure that they have enough information about when they make their decisions in legislation. We have our peer groups as well. We have our CEO network here in Tucson and the newly developed CEO network in Phoenix. In Tucson, we have 18 members, and in Phoenix, we have, I believe, 10 or 11 members. And this is a group that focuses on creating a space and a platforms for CEOs to address issues that they're experiencing in the workforce, whether it's issue processing, talking about contracts with defense, or talking about anything that a CEO deals with on an everyday basis. They have a support system in place and a platform where there's safe and confidential, and it's a safe place for them to be able to have those conversations and have that peer review and that engagement to be able to make better decisions for their organizations. When we talked about the Tech Council, we always talk about the benefits that we offer. We have a preferred business partner, and we are working with a lot of different companies to negotiate reduced costs for products and services, whether it is in printing, business consulting, accounting, benefits, real estate, really a wide variety of things. And we have a group which we call the preferred business partners that are able to give those discounts to our members. We also offer a 401k plan. We currently have 15 companies taking advantage of that. And also the Associated Health Plan in our partnership with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona. To give you a little bit of background on those two, so 80% of our member base is small to medium-sized companies, either startups, small to medium-sized companies. And we know that when you're a startup or you're a small, medium-sized company, the idea of providing health insurance and retirement benefits to your employees is a great one, but it's also a costly one. So what we've done is we've created a partnership with these two organizations to make sure that you're able to offer this to your members, to your employees as members of the Arizona Technology Council. Currently, we have 35 companies taking advantage of this and 770 members. And we hear great things about the opportunity to provide the health insurance benefits. The other one that's not on here is the tuition reduction program that we have in partnership with the University of Arizona Global Campus, the online program, and there's another one, Global Campus, online program, and Eller. So each one of those has different programs, but all of them are tuition reduction programs And the great benefit to that is that resource is available to our members, to their employees, and now we've extended that benefit to the employees' families. So if your spouse or your children want to take advantage of that, they're eligible to receive that tuition reduction as well. And then there's also marketing opportunities at reduced cost for sponsorship on our website, for tech sector speaker series, and even for hosting events at your location. Now, I know all of you guys are startups, but when you are an established entity and you're in your own space, you're always welcome to take advantage of those marketing opportunities. I talked a lot about events and what we do, and I mentioned that we have over 120 events throughout the year. We have different types of events, a lot to choose from, and it could be overwhelming. So I always tell people, pick and choose what you want to engage in, but make sure that you engage. So the the events that we have are our Tech Sector Speaker Series, and that's a virtual event, and those happen monthly. The reason why on your screen you see that it says Phoenix or Tucson is because we take turns in which one of us will coordinate the speaker series, which means that if you have a Phoenix event, they will have companies from Phoenix, whereas in Tucson, we will connect with our members here and reach out to our subject matter expertise in the tech sector. And then we create a webinar series called the Tech Sector Speaker Series. I encourage you all to take advantage of this, participate in them, and engage in them. When you're part of the series, there's a QA session. I always encourage our members to be involved and ask the questions and comment about the information that you're hearing about. We also have our After 5 networking events. We actually have one coming up at the UA Tech Park on March 16th. It will be with Darling Geomatics. And during these events, what we do is we highlight and showcase the hosting member. So Darling Geomatics will host the event, and what they will have is an opportunity to either do tours or a presentation. And I believe Darling Geomatics is going to be doing presentations on their drones. But this is a great opportunity for you to showcase and tell the network in the Arizona Technology Council, let them know what you're doing, what you're up to, what new innovations you have, and what's in the future for you, and then create opportunities for partnership with them and possibly business development. We also have VIP networking receptions quarterly. The next one will be in Phoenix, and you'll find that information on the website as well. I mentioned the Women in the Workforce. We have an event today, and then the Tech Inclusion Forum quarterly events. We also have a fantastic opportunity for different types of events that may not always necessarily have to do with webinars or After 5 mixers. We have our golf tournament coming up on April 21st. We have a MedTech conference in June. And then here in Tucson, we will have the Aerospace, Aviation, and Defense Manufacturing Conference. And we have plenty of those you'll see on your screen. I don't want to read them to you, but I do want to encourage you to visit the website and find out more information about the upcoming events. We do encourage our Southern Arizona members to engage in our signature event here in Tucson, which is the Tech and Business Expo that happens every fall in October at the Tucson Convention Center. Also, I will be sure to send this presentation to Anita to make sure that you all have a copy of it as well, and you're able to contact me if you have any follow-up questions in reference to the events and the conferences and expos. I share this page with you to let you know who is in partnership with the Arizona Technology Council. We have the Arizona Commerce Authority, that is the statewide economic development driver, and we have huge, large marketing companies like Jaeger, and then Accountability that works in IT services. And then we have a lot of other organizations that want to be involved and support the small to medium-sized companies. So they participate as sponsors to make sure that they're engaged and connected and able to help us shape the programming to be able to support the tech sector. And again, really fulfill the mission statewide to be the tech hub of the nation. I didn't mention this yesterday, but the Arizona Technology Council is the second largest technology council in the nation. We are second to Pittsburgh, but we are significantly smaller than Pittsburgh from a geographic standpoint, but our members are active, they're engaged, they're connected. I do want to mention really quickly in the visionary sponsors, the University of Arizona Tech Parks is a visionary sponsor, which is why you all are here, because as part of the UACI membership, you also get a membership with the Arizona Technology Council for 6 months. I strongly encourage you to take advantage of it. There, as I mentioned very quickly throughout this presentation, there are a lot of resources and a lot of opportunities to connect. I often, when I do these presentations and I talk to either new members or prospective members, I always tell them, we are similar to a gymnasium. You have the opportunity to go into the gym and use the resources, use the equipment, talk to the trainers, and build up muscle, right? So with us, you have the opportunity to have connection to subject matter expertise, to venture capitalists, to people that have done what you're doing, that are at a different phase that can give you some advice. Come to our events, develop those relationships, connect with our members, help us strengthen the tech sector, and help strengthen yourself as an individual company and as a startup for your success. I mention all the time that in Tucson, you need 3 R's in order to be successful: relationships, reputation, and respect. So you get to have all of those in the engagement that you do and that you decide to take on with the Tech Council.